Congratulations, ladies. Wow. After watching this, I thought I really better get my ass to a gym. My God, I don't even know where to start. When you got the script and you knew what you had to entail in this, were you freaked out? Were you excited? What was the thought? Do you want to start?
When I first read, well, we didn't get to read the script until we were further into the auditions, but when there was word going around that Zach wanted to do a female version of 300 set in the 1960s, everyone was jumping on it, you know? How could you not get excited about it? And for him to do a movie about females escaping their adversities and taking fate into their own hands, he's the only one that can really do it right. Do you know what I mean? With all the action sequences and the relationships. And
were you scared, Jena, to get started with this?
A little bit. I mean, I know part of the thing is they were saying that, you know, before you even audition, there's going to be a lot of physical training and it's going to be quite intense and all of these things. But I don't know. I've always kind of had this part of me that felt like I could do things like that, but I never had been either asked or explored or inspired to sort of, you know, I'd never even been to the gym before I did this film, like literally. But I think it really brought out incredible beasts in us all, and like we found, you know, I know for me that when I finished the film, you know, I thought my strength level was here, and it's actually probably like the size of a whale, you know, of like how strong you actually are, and that it's a muscle and you have to kind of work at it, you know.
Vanessa, I mean, I would think that this, you know, just being in a film like this and having the chance to train like you girls did, it would just give you such a sense of confidence and empowerment.
It totally does. I mean, it was amazing because I got to do it with 4 other amazing girls who were strong, and when you do something and you're stripped of all the makeup and the looks and all that stuff aside, and you're just putting your best foot forward and you're sweating together and you are just pouring your blood and your heart and your soul into these workouts, it's like you can't help but make this amazing bond. And it's like I got paid to be in the best shape of my life and try things I never thought I would do.
Yeah, were you guys, after you did all this and you finished the film, you were thinking like, oh my God, I can't wait to have a donut. Like what is that like? Or do you want to just continue with that kind of workout and regimen?
Continue, but I feel like we were wise, and you know, we weren't trying to like lose, you know, we had us more on like a pro athlete's diet where we were trying to sort of have a high metabolism, like get really good fats, really good protein. So, but we definitely treated ourselves because we were working our asses off. So like every Wednesday, I remember when we were training, we would have a bit of a hump day and go and like have like a dessert like tasting sampler, you know, just because, you know, we were really working hard. And I feel like, you know, if there was ever a point where we felt like we weren't doing what we needed to be doing in the gym, we would, you know, like make it up for it, like with the eating and eating healthier. But it's kind of nice to be able to have not so many restrictions, you know, and just sort of go as you go, you know, and that's really what it taught me, is it's not about dieting and nutrition, it's just like treating your soul more and like feeding that and what it needs, because that's probably the most important thing to keep healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you guys trained with Navy SEALs, and really, you know, were there any injuries? Like, man, you were really kicking ass hard there.
I mean, we definitely got massages very often. I can't tell you how much time I spent in the bath in Epsom salt. Because I would wake up the next morning after training and I could barely walk. There was just,
but the long physical hours also, I think, avoided injury on set on the long hours. So, yeah, I think being physically fit was...
Yeah, but we all walked away with our sort of, you know, war scars a bit, which is exciting, you know? I mean, I think as a woman, it's really exciting to be able to see how far you can push yourself and get excited by that, and like also feel like that's an attractive, beautiful thing to share with other women, you know, of like, look at the bruises that I got, and I just fell, and I just like, you know, my rib, I can't feel this one rib, and like, I'm having trouble breathing, and it just felt really, because we were so into it, it was exciting to get lost there, you know, whereas before, it's like if I stub my toe, it's like, it really hurts, because there's no purpose behind it. But there was a purpose behind every bruise, every sore, every, you know, torn ligament. There was a purpose, and it kind of made it feel just better, you know, more alive.
What is it about Zack Snyder? I mean, I'm sure you girls have seen his other films, you know, 300 and Watchmen, and he comes with these detailed, beautiful visuals, and then you see the stunning result. You know, were you surprised when you had seen the finished product and what you guys have accomplished?
There's only so much that you read on a script and so much that you see on set. And, you know, on set it looks great, but he just always takes it to another level. The first 10 minutes, you know, the beginning of the movie, there's no dialogue, but it tells this beautiful story, and it's done so well, and that's just what Zach does. He's a beautiful storyteller.
Yeah, it must be amazing to work with him, I would think.
But he's incredible.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
And collaborative, I understand that he
Yes.
lets you, tell me about that.
He has an incredible gift of collaboration. I mean, as much as he is, the entire film is already inside of his head, every shot, every little thing. He invites everyone in, wants them to build their own worlds, wants them to bring as many different things and ingredients to the table for like a giant feast, instead of like being super, controlling and just sort of saying yay or nay. But Zach is incredible. I think it was kind of like Christmas working with him, because you always, that you're like planning and preparing and wrapping and doing things, but you're going to have to wait like, 9 months before you can actually go and like see the final, Christmas tree or whatever, and like seeing it on the big screen. And we just got to see IMAX the other night, which is incredible, by the way. You have to go see it in IMAX.
Wow. I can't even imagine.
It's incredible,
Yeah.
and I mean, I literally, I was like a child again. Like, I didn't even remember shooting some of those scenes because it looked so, different and full, and it was amazing.
What was it like putting on the costumes? I would think also those costumes were very helpful to you girls in terms of thinking about who I am playing. Vanessa, tell me
Exactly.
about
I
that.
mean, the very first time we all put on our costumes together was at
Our fight
one
costumes.
of our fight costumes was a camera test, and we walked into the same room, and we were just blown away.
Well, because we've been training in gym clothes for the past 3 months, and I'd never seen it, no makeup, whatever. And
Yeah, and it's like, I was just like, these women are strong, amazing, sexy, confident ladies, and I cannot wait to pull out our weapons and start fighting by your side. It was incredible.
That's amazing. It's funny, too, because you get all these girls, women on a set, and you would think, oh, God, a bitch fest is going to be happening here. But I don't think so with you guys. It seemed to me, even just by watching this movie, that there was a very close bond. Is that what happened?
I think the myth of a bunch of females in a room equals always a catfight is sort of maybe some sort of strange generated rumor, because every time I feel like I've been in a room full of women, it's like collaborative, amazing, supportive, generous, awesome. And this was just like a beautiful, representation of that, as all of us came together, fully supportive of each other, loved each other, would take a bullet for each other, and it shows in the film, so I think that this might help put that rumor to bed a bit.
Yeah, oh good, because really, it really does show. You could really feel your tightness in this film, and very collaborative. And Oscar Isaac, wow, I don't think I've ever seen him in a role like this, man, and him just being around all you ladies, I feel sorry for him, really. But what was it like, just to work with him? He really blew me away in this film.
Yeah, it was really great. I mean, he is such an incredible and talented actor, and he has some interesting scenes, and I know, me personally, I would be scared of him at some points, which worked perfectly. I mean, he was so into his character and just was fantastic. He blew my mind.
You guys shot in Vancouver. Any good hot spots? What did you do to wind down after a hard day on the set?
The Sham. What was that place called?
It's this Shangri-La at Marquette. At Jean George's Marquette. We just have
waffle place.
Oh my gosh, we just have amazing food.
Literally, all we did was eat food. I mean, I don't even know one bar in Vancouver, but like all we did was just eat food.
Well, yeah, because you trained all day long. You gotta, you've got to eat something.
Yeah.
After, so have you guys have all seen the final product of this? When you're working with CG, especially when you don't know what the heck you're fighting and all this, and then you get to see, I can't even imagine what it's like to be on a set like that, especially working with somebody like Zack Snyder.
Well, what's different with this film is that, I'd say it's 85% actually really built sets, and probably only 15 to 20% of CG. So, a lot of the skies were CG, and some of the other elements, and some of the last fight sequences were a lot of computer graphics. But a lot of it was built for us. I mean, we had an incredible production designer, Rick Carter, built these incredible worlds of theaters and textures and asylums and hallways, and to the minutest detail of you opening a drawer that no one would ever see, and it's like there's matches and things and crumbled written notes, and I mean literally we got to live, we were built an incredible world to live in. So I didn't feel like I was in a film that was all very like CG heavy.
No, we also had DJ,
yeah,
who was the CGI supervisor, and he had kind of a mock version of what it was supposed to look like. So that really helped me in the cockpit, flying all these vessels.
Well, you guys did a terrific job, my God, and
Thank you.
I'm waiting for part 2 where you come back and just kick everybody,
So
kick more people's asses. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you
Good job.
very much.
Nice
Thank you so
talking to
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.